Hi, welcome back to Winder's World. This is LaShonda Winding, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how we have now transitioned from being the owner operator to now having our own authority. Before we get into this video, I want you to stop right now and click the subscribe button, and also give this video a big thumbs up and comment below if you like this content. So back in February, I uploaded a video of us showing our numbers since we've been owner operating in the trucking industry. Since now we have our own authority, I wanted to kind of like go in details of why we transitioned from owner operating to getting our own authority and still basically doing the same thing we was doing when we were at Landstar. If you guys did not know already, my husband and I just delivered twins in October 2020, and I'm so glad that section of our life is over. Back in February, we found out we was pregnant, and we went to an ultrasound clinic in March, and we found out we were having twins. So we were so excited, just filled with joy. And maybe 2 weeks later, everything went down. As far as me, I was very sick the first trimester. I could not have been alone by myself at home because I was just feeling bad. The best way for me to feel better was me laying down. And because I was feeling that way, it made my husband rethink about being over the road more often than he should, because obviously somebody needed to be at home helping me out and tending to the children. So we briefly left Landstar and tried this local company out that said that it was gonna give this much amount of revenue, which was in our range that we liked, but also had him at home more frequently. So hey, we tried it out, but it did not happen that way because this company didn't allow you to dispatch yourself, so you have to depend on someone else. And when you put yourself in that position, you are opening yourself up to a lot of risk of your revenue going either up, staying the same, or going down. And it did not go as beautiful as we had wanted. So it's like, okay, we can go back to Landstar, or we can try to do our own authority. Now, if you were a experienced driver that been driving 10-15 years, you probably would tell us to go back to Landstar. But we wasn't feeling led to go back to Landstar. We were feeling led to go get our own authority. Why? Because we already knew the fundamentals of everything. Brent already had a truck. I saw where we can hook up with this company that give you your funds up front instead of waiting a long time for a broker. So I was like, it just makes sense. If it makes sense, then I'm all for it. If it doesn't make sense, then I'm not all for it. So we jumped. I mean, I am a big risk taker, and I'm all for it. If God trying to stretch us to do more and to stretch out our faith, then I will be the first one to be like, you know what, babe, let's try this out. And I did encourage my husband to step out of the boat and walk on water and see how this authority is going to take us, or where it's going to take us. And I'm glad we did that because we see the benefits. First week we were running, no problem. My husband got a lot of opposition as far as or objections saying, no, you shouldn't do this, or y'all might not make that much money the first week or the first couple of months because you're not going to have that many brokers open to you because you have a new authority. Well, that's a lie because the revenue went up, and it didn't change. It just felt like we was running up under Landstar, except giving Landstar 65, 70 something percent. We was getting the whole 100% of the load and just paying that company to give us the funds up front. Like, that's it. Regular expenses and everything, which I'll show you later on in this video of some of our numbers on some of the loads, it was perfect. And I'm glad that we did it. If you are on the edge of not knowing if you want to get your own authority or not, I think, and I encourage you to try to do so, especially if you already got experience. If you've been driving for 15 years, 10 years, 4 years, I mean, if you have experience driving a truck, running a truck, you're good with your as far as safety and everything, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't try to get your own authority. As long as you have backing also, and you kind of know about the rules and regulations of FMCSA and DOT regulations. You know, you just got a good understanding of how everything should go. I think you should take the risk like we did and expand your horizon. Like, there's nothing wrong with trying. All you can do is try, and if it didn't work out, then go back and then make sure you build some more experience up and then try again. But you won't know until you step out, and I'm glad we stepped out. But I just wanted to give you kind of like a short update on my reasoning, or what I saw was the reason why we decided to get our own authority. But I want you to also hear from Brent Windy, which is my husband, and he is the one running the truck. So here's Brent Windy, and I'm gonna just throw a question at him, and he's just gonna answer the question, and then I'll be coming right back so I can finish talking to you a little bit more.
So I'm here to tell you guys some of the things that made me want to get my own authority. One of the first things is being an owner operator since 2016. You go through the ups and downs of having to run under somebody, having to pay somebody extra money or a percentage of your money just to pretty much run under their authority and have their logo on the side of their truck. I mean, you get the owner operator experience, but you really don't get the full experience of it. So when I decided to get my own authority, it ultimately came down to I could take that money and pay myself, pay my business bank, and do basically what I wanted to do. Run where I wanted to run, go where I want to go, do everything that I decided I want to do without anybody having to be over me. I still run legal, I still run my e-log, I still run everything that I'm supposed to do because that's just the right thing to do. But I don't have, a safety team looking over my back every time something go wrong, them calling my phone, whether it be in the middle of the night or bright and early in the morning while I'm driving down the road. And it's just a better peace of mind having your own authority. And like I say, like I tell some of my friends, I just got to the point where you've been with this company take 15%, this company take 25%, or this company like Landstar, which I had no issues with, taking 30, they had 35%, but you still be able to make the money that you want to make. I just got to the point where I was like, I'm just tired of people having a percentage of my money. That money I could go out and make for myself, and just build up my business bank. And that's pretty much it. Hey, so to those guys out there who are women, we don't discriminate on this channel. But to y'all, all the people who are trying to or thinking about getting their own authority, here's some of my tips of what you should do coming from the aspect of you coming from a company driver trying to get your own authority, or you being an owner operator and you've worked under different companies, like I said prior to, you know, you paying percentages to those people. Coming from a company driver, most of these companies, they want you to have experience, like 4 years of driving experience. That way, you know, they can give you the best possible rate on cargo insurance, general liability, and all those things to have your own authority. So when you're looking at it from a company driver standpoint, it's one of those major jumps that you could take, and you could be able to, you know, exponentially drive up your income. You know, it's, you know, driving trucks, it's a life changer. It changes your status. It changes everything that you would think it would change. You know, you got into truck driving to change your lifestyle. Getting to your own authority is kind of like the upper echelon of being that driver of a truck. So that's what I would tell you, that should be your main goal in truck driving, to get your own, to start your own business, to be your own boss. Because we know that some companies out here, we ain't gonna name no names, but some companies out here, they don't pay you well as a company driver, and you have to go where they tell you. If you turn it down, they starve you out. Why sit there and let somebody like that have control over your livelihood, your family, you know, what you put on your table? That's just too much power for somebody to have. And that's just something I just refuse to do. I will never, you know, the thing about it is, you can never let somebody reign over you or have any type of power over you, because of the simple fact that they're gonna feel as though they could control you. And then I done had run-ins with all type of dispatchers when I was in companies, and you know, they bring these dispatchers off the street. Some of these dispatchers ain't never drove a truck, but they think they know how to dispatch drivers, and they think they know what to do. And you can have all the experience in the world as a company driver, and the one time you get into it with your dispatch, they'll side with the dispatcher before they side with you. In some cases, you know, it's just not worth it. So coming from the owner-operator standpoint, which I was, you know, I drove for different companies prior to getting my own authority, you have to really look at it like this. I may not see it, but I am paying for that cargo insurance. You may not see it, but you are paying for it. It's pretty much coming out that percentage that you're paying the other company. You are paying for it in some type of way. If you go back and you do your numbers and you take out that percentage of the money that you make with this company, like one company I was running with, they took 25% out. Trust and believe that 25% is going to some type of cargo insurance. They're paying that. That's what the money that they use to pay for it. So let's just look at it from the standpoint of you run your loads however you run, and you make $7,000 that week gross. I'm talking about what your company booked the load for and everything. You saw the rate con and all that type of stuff, but you notice that you have to give them 25% of what's on that rate con. So you take that $7,000, and you, whatever your percentage is, and you get a breakdown of it. I'm roughly thinking, like, if $7,000, 10% is 700. 10% is 700. Another 10% is another 700 is 1,400, and 5% would be half of that. So I'm thinking like $350. So you're looking at a total of $1,750 that you have given to that company off your weekly runs. And at the end of the week, your percentage that you take home gross is just like $5,200, maybe $5,300. And you're looking at it from the standpoint of, man, that extra $1,700 that I just gave away, that's like, if you hit $7,000 a week, you giving $1,750 away a week. you giving an extra $7,000 a month to a company just to run under their authority and get their emblem on the side of your truck. Now, don't get me wrong. You guys know I used to run for Landstar. We previously showed, some of my numbers at Landstar. Whether some guys believe what I made or not, that's what I made. But at the same time, it is a breakdown of, they do get their money. I still made a great amount of money with Landstar. And don't get me wrong, and they have so many benefits that help you out as a driver. So my advice to you is, those drivers who may be at the aspect of learning the business, Landstar is a great place to learn it, and they have a great back. But when you're picking your own loads, you doing the work, you putting in most of the work. Why not take the most profit? You basically paying them for the extravagant discounts that they have, which they discounts are great. And like I said, that was a tough choice for me when I got ready to leave Landstar because of the discounts that they were giving. But at the same time, if I'm making more money, the discounts really don't make a difference because I'm putting that money away, so I'm saving. So, I would take that chance to make more money than to get discounts. So with that being said, from transitioning owner operator straight to my own authority, it's like that was the best decision for us when it came down to making as much money as possible, because you never really experienced ultimate freedom. It allowed me to be at the point where I control even more of my family time. Like if I want to take time off, I take time off. I don't have to worry about a percentage, having to catch up with a percentage to a company. I just take my time off. When my wife, it allowed me to be there for my family. It allowed me to be there during the pregnancy of my wife with our two twin girls. It allowed me to be there, and it afforded me a lot more freedom. So it's like when I decide I want to take off, that's that extra money that I will be giving to a company affords me to have saved up to be able to take off weeks and don't have to really worry about that. So it's one of my major things, and one of some of the things that I would tell you guys, that it's a real benefit to going out there seeking to have your own authority at the end. Some guys like it, some guys don't. I prefer it because it's benefiting me, and it's giving me my complete freedom.
Alright, you guys, thank you for listening to Brand Winding. Now it's time for me to show you some of these numbers that God has allowed us to accomplish this year. But before I show it to you, I just want you to see what is on my home screen on my phone. And it says, God pulled you out of the pit so you could reach back in and get more people out. Never forget that. And that's what I would like to embed into you guys as well and share. I want you to see that I'm here to help you. My husband and I are here to help you. And I just wanted to encourage you that if we can do it, you can do it. But we did this with God going before us. I just wanted to let you know. He was the one that opened the doors. He was the one that helped us to connect with who we needed to connect with. And everything just worked out in our favor. But let's see. So let me show you some of our numbers. This is from July 13th to December 21st, 2020. And this is, I'm going to tell you the company that give us our lows. So I went through the report from them. And this is just some of the lows that we have recently ran. No, I'm not going to show you every little detail, so I'm about to scroll real fast right quick. But I want you to see the number at the bottom. We could have not done that without God and Holy Spirit leading us. And just Jesus talking to us and telling us how to do things, how to handle things. And if he did it for us, he can do it for you too. He, God is no respecter of person. And if you would like to link up with us, kick with us, we have this Facebook group called Army of the Lord Transport Community. And all you have to do is, if you have a Facebook account, to find us in the search bar, and you will be able to connect with us, ask us questions, and communicate with other people in the group as well. I'm going to put a little picture of the Facebook group so you'll know there's us, and just hit us up. And God bless. And I just want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. Brent wants you to succeed, and God wants you to succeed. If you want to be able to ask us questions, and we're down to earth. Just ask us questions, and any worries you may have, any issues you may be having. Maybe we'll be able to help you out, or we can send you to somebody that can. All you have to do is hit us up, Army of the Lord Transport Community Facebook group. We still will be uploading some stuff on this YouTube channel, but we couldn't continue to go forth and expand our business without going back and telling people how we were able to do it. We jumped in. God just opened doors, man. Sometimes you just gotta move when He say move. All right, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you love what we just shared with you. Thanks. Until next time. Bye.